Here I go. This is gonna be my review on the Lot. Fox's On the Lot was a show that, for me being always growing up, always wanted to be a filmmaker, always wanting to do what other filmmakers, Ron Howard, Rob Reiner, Robert Zemeckis, the guy who's producing this, Spielberg, always wanted to become a filmmaker. Always wanted to. It's always been my dream. And having a show with people like me wanting to fulfill their dreams was always a fun. It was just always a really cool idea. It ran for one season, and it got canceled. They were thinking of doing a season 2, and none of this happened. You had directors that, it's funny how I've talked about this a few times, and I don't know, I just always love talking about On the Lot. No one does, so why not I? Will Bigham, he directed a few shorts. I don't know if he was the one that did Doe the Musical. He did a few stuff. He won. He got that $1 million contract for DreamWorks to do any movie he could, any adaptation, anything he was ever allowed to do. Nothing happened. Nothing happened whatsoever. I don't remember. This could be wrong, but no, it's not wrong, because none of it happened. That contract, I don't know what happened to it, because he didn't do a major motion picture for DreamWorks with Spielberg being the executive producer. He did a Lifetime movie that was terrible, and that's about it. And you got the runner-ups, which I remember them as the runner-ups. This Zach guy and another guy. Zach, I think it's Zach and Jake. I might be wrong. Adam. I think it's Zach and Adam, who just directed the Kim Possible movie, and they are doing a horror film, which they're kind of cool, because they're these guys that are doing whatever they want to do. They're thinking out of the box, and to me, I think it's kind of cool for what they're doing. They're teaming up like what they did in the show, and what's cool about the show is there were categories, genres. You could the comedy. They did comedy, and you had Reginald Val Johnson, you had Lynn Shay, you had some really cool people a part of the show. Their movies, Jerry O'Connell, and then you had Gary Marshall, Brett Ratner, and Carrie Fisher as the judges. Carrie Fisher and Gary Marshall, rest in peace. It's also odd because you can see, I think the first episode, it's kind of odd. I like how you had, because Carrie Fisher, not just being a actress, but she was also a really talented writer. She did some script works for, I believe, the Flintstones movie, Hook. So, she did some script works. She directed an episode of Roseanne. She wrote an episode of Roseanne, which in a roast she even says she didn't remember writing it, because it was in season 9. So she says she was stuck somewhere or something. And all of that, I know that's a funny joke, but maybe it's season 9. But On the Lot was a really cool, and then you also had, they did romance, they did comedies, actions, future western, horror, and you had Eli Roth for horror. You had You had Eli Roth for horror, Wes Craven, which was kind of weird, for comedy. That's kind of cool. Penny Marshall got rest in peace. For I believe I forgot what one that was. What that was for? I think she did the one for the Future Thing. I might be wrong. Brad Silberling, the director of City of Angels and Casper, did for the Romance, of course. And and then you had DJ Caruso, director of Disturbia, a part of there. You had really talented people a part of the show, and I really liked that. I really liked the idea, what Steven Spielberg and Mark Burnett did, and it's kind of sad that because you had American Idol on top of this, and the auditions are fine, but without that, it would have been so much funnier if it was just the auditions. That's it. But On the Lot was different. It was a show that it had people from different sides of different parts of the country sharing and showing what they like, what's on their mind, their imagination, and it's just sad that you don't see something like that anymore. Unlike the crap we have to watch on for a reality series lately. So yeah, On the Lot, awesome show. Miss it. Hopefully we get maybe a revival. I don't know, but come on, Fox, make it happen.